Greetings YouTube and welcome to the Blue Corner, and at long last I finally get to talk about the Narukami Generation Break 8 because they waited until just now to spoil this damn thing. Thanks, Bushiroad. Anyway, what we have here is Conquering Supreme Dragon, Closer Dragon. Here's a close-up of the card itself. Looks pretty badass, I'd say. It's more or less a cross between Big Bang Knuckle Turbo and Martial Arts Dragon, and much like Big Bang, it's doing the Ora a la JoJo's Bizarre Adventure. Awesome. Anyway, so Closer Dragon is a pretty simple but very powerful unit. I'd say he's on the power level of Dai King. He falls short of the Granblue one, and I'd say what would be the really exceptional ones? He falls short of that, but he's definitely better than, say, the Kagura one or some of the other ones out there. So this guy's skill is GB8. When you place this thing on Vanguard, retire all rear guards, bind all cards in your opponent's drop zone face up, and during this turn, this unit gets continuous Vanguard circle for each card in all fighters' bind zones. All of your units get power plus 2000. Well, when I was talking about ideas with friends as to what this guy was going to be, I had said it was probably going to be a Vanquisher Voltage plus Tempest Bolt Dragon clone, but I didn't expect it to be on this level. I was expecting just retire and bind all fighters' rear guards, and then all units get power plus 3000 for all cards in the opponent's drop zone, but this guy takes it a step further. This isn't even his final form or something, I don't know, like, this guy wipes out the drop zone entirely and then gives all of your units a buff for all of our fighters cards found. So this even takes into account any self-bind tactics you might be playing, either Dungaree or Lightning General Bisham, who lets you call units for, I believe it's, you look at the top X cards of your deck and you call X amount of units for each card in your opponent's bind zone. No, it's like, no, it's, you know which one I'm talking about. And at the end of the turn, the units that you call with this effect get bound. So you have two legit cards. Okay, one legit card and one meme card that also enables this guy. So this takes into any future support around self-binds and Dungaree into effect. So maybe that's a sign of what we could be seeing in a future set. I've always considered Dungaree to be the redheaded stepchild of Narukami. And if Bushiroad really wanted to take the whole Ancient Dragons / Seal Dragons route, they would do Dungaree. At least it would be something other than Eradicators getting support, because just let that deck go. Anyway, so this guy is pretty potent. Against the average deck, the drop zone is probably going to be about, I'd say, 20 or more by the time you drop this guy. So, that's a significant power boost. I think I calculated about, actually, let me just grab my iPhone here and I'll do some quick maths and see what exactly we get. So, assuming your opponent has a 20 card drop zone when you drop this guy, you retire everything and then you bind everything up. So your opponent probably has 3 more cards. So let's be generous. There's 23 cards that get bound. So 23 times 2,000 is 46,000 to each of your units. So give those columns, so 46 times 2, that's 92,000 columns in Narukami. And this is a deck that plays stands, mind you. Like, I'm thinking with the introduction of this guy, I might actually run 6 to 8 stands. Like, I've been trying 6 to 8 stands in Sweep Command Dragon, it's been sort of okay, but I think in a Vanquisher deck, you could definitely get away with this, seeing how 4 of your stands are also pseudo draw triggers. But damn, 92,000 columns, and that's against like your average deck. If you're up against Granblue, if you're somehow able to get to this point against Granblue, mind you, because let's be honest, the Granblue matchup is very, 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 very difficult, simply because Night Rose is able to pop off on its first and second strides, whereas we kind of need to whiff a Vanquisher stride as our first, then Vanquisher or Conquest, and then Vanquisher or Conquest again, and then G-Guard, and then go into this guy, or you go Vanquisher followed up by Vanquisher or Conquest, Impede Dragon, G-Guard, and then this guy. So that's a lot to ask. Also bear in mind that Granblue's Generation Break 8 is probably the best in the game, and if they're able to drop that against you first, you are probably going to die as well. So I think the importance of getting first stride in that matchup is going to be what decides it. And It's a bit scummy, but you probably will have to grade stall your opponent in order to do that, and Narukami actually has a means of doing that, as we have Martial Arts Dragon, and we have our own 10k vanillas in order to play a grade 2 game. This guy in the stream here also apparently played 8k vanillas, which is something I have been thinking about for the Vanquisher deck, as an 8k vanilla plus Shatura is 19, so it allows you to hit any 19. That allows you to force 15k shield from any 9k grade 2, or that shots are a hit and you get a bind. Either or is fantastic. Your opponent neg-2s or you go +1. And the 8k body allows you to deter 7k attacks from your opponent on grade 1. So it gives you strong options going first, and then going second you've got the ability to rush your opponent. Anyway, so that's a possibility, but assuming Night Rose, you're able to drop this thing against Night Rose, then double the power you're getting, because they probably, well, not double, but they'll probably have 30 cards in the drop zone, if not more, by the time you're able to get to GB8 as, oh god, what would that be? 33 times 20,000? Or 2,000? 66,000, okay. So we're implying 132,000 power columns, but again, implying we get to there. Against Luard, I think it's actually more likely that you will get to this guy against Luard, because that deck plays a slow, methodical grind game, much like how you do, and our Luard matchup was already actually kind of good, but this just more or less turns it into a blowout. Like, you drop this guy, Luard loses because they can't ritual anymore, and they have to set that stuff back up. What's also interesting about this guy too is that since he has no Thunderstrike requirements, he actually does enable Thunderstrike in any Narukami deck out there. So, be it Brawler, Vermilion, Dungary, man, I keep bringing him up, but I'm not surprised. I will not be surprised if he does get support. Like, I'm kind of tempted to grab SPs of Dungary and Dungary Unlimited. Who knows? We might get Dungary Unbound. Anyway, so this guy will enable Thunderstrike and those, so your Bulwark Dragons will be live. What's also interesting is that if this guy fails to kill your opponent, that means on the next turn, you VMAX, and they can't do anything about it because they will be at Thunderstrike 5 after this guy resolves. They'll be at Thunderstrike 12, for God's sakes. So, if your opponent is somehow able to survive this guy, which I doubt, then on the following turn, you just VMAX them because you already flipped Vanquisher voltages just to get to this guy, so it's not like VMAX can't punch things. And that's a little bit of neat synergy that I like about the guy. And I think I'm actually going to go print up some proxies and start playtesting with this and see how it goes. As for what kind of Narukami build I would run this one for, like, obviously the best build for Narukami is going to be Vanquisher with this guy. Oh god, the voltage turns you'd get with this thing. Okay, I keep getting sidetracked here. Obviously, I think Vanquisher will be the best to take advantage of this. And as far as the backup grade 3, you have honestly just two choices at this point. You have Impede Dragon, you have Great Composure Dragon for his 12k body, or you've got Sweep Command Dragon, as his synergy with Impede Dragon is pretty notable. Note that this guy is also free, so you can actually afford to use Sweep Command's Limit Break, which you will be able to by the point you're even considering going to this guy. So, hey, there you go. And you can just stride this guy on top of Sweep Command Dragon, because you don't care about not being able to retire bind anything with Vanquisher. You're just going to kill everything and then bind it anyway. I should also note that this guy does say retire, and then as a separate thing, bind. So even if your opponent has nothing to kill, you still get to just blow away their binds, their drop zone. So this guy, yeah, he's really good. I mean, I've already spent 9 minutes talking about this thing, so obviously I see potential in this guy. What are your thoughts on Closer Dragon? Do you think he will be that guy that closes the game, or will he just help you get there? Either way, this guy, when he hits the board, he is going to cause some serious damage. Hope you all enjoyed the video, and until next time, this is BlueStar899, jacking out.